What's going on? Is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Zeroyce, what are you talking about? Spicy dipped batter on the chicken with honey, homemade sweet and sour sauce, yummy. What y'all talking about inside of the chat before we start the show? Before we start the show? What up? What's going on, friends? What's happening? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Yeah, we here. Hopefully y'all miss me. I missed y'all more. Some of y'all was asking me inside of my comments on some of my videos, and you said, "Where's the Millionaire Morning Show?" Well, I started the Millionaire Morning Show yesterday, and I had to go ahead and end the Millionaire Morning Show yesterday. And that was largely because I had got a phone call because I had to go and sit down and have some conversations with some very important people. And so that went off. And, I might deep dive into that a little bit. But I also had an opportunity to get a lot of sleep yesterday. And I hadn't had sleep in a while because I was trying to figure some stuff out. And I was up and about and I was making it shake and doing what it do. And I just got super duper frustrated. Super duper frustrated, and that's okay because I went to bed at 9. Look at this. Let me show you something. My average bedtime is 2:54 a.m. 2:54 a.m. This is my average bedtime right here where my finger is pointing. 2:54 a.m. is my average. And this kind of gives you some insight because I'm very, very transparent. And so I definitely want to give y'all some insight on what my life is like, right? Because you guys give my outlet, right? I don't talk to women. I don't talk to the hoes. I don't tell people what I think and what my problems are. For the most part, I'm pretty much, cut and dry, interactive. Let's have a good time when I'm around other people, all people. But when I kick it on the Millionaire Morning Show, and one of the reasons why I love kicking it with y'all is because I get an opportunity to really just be able to sit down for a minute and talk to y'all. All right. All right, B. I see you, B. I'm going to kick it with you in a little bit. But my average bedtime is 2:54 a.m. Last night, I went to bed at 9:02 p.m. 9:02 p.m. I went to my meetings. I went to go take care of some business. I came home and I started to vlog. And I said to myself, I need to make some changes. So I actually got into bed at around 8:15, 8:30. And it was still light outside. I got into bed at 8:15, 8:30, and it was still light outside. And then I woke up this morning and it said, "Congratulations, Anton, you got a great sleep score." Bro, I got an 89 on my sleep score last night. And I said, okay, all right. And I'm clear. I'm clear. I was thinking about some stuff. I was working some stuff out in my head yesterday. I canceled after hours yesterday because I was so frustrated. So let me give y'all some insight on what I'm thinking. All right. Told the crew, you know what? Take the night off. Take the weekend. I have to figure some stuff out. And I have to figure out what makes sense. And I'm going to just be 100 with y'all as much as I can be 100 with y'all. My goal in this whole internet thing and this whole conversation and everything that we got going on, especially when it comes to content creation, Room 9, After Hours, Millionaire Morning Show, the Anton Daniels channel, my whole goal is to create good content. I love this shit. I love it more than I've ever loved anything in my entire life when it comes to something outside of my daughter, something outside of my family. I have never had something that I've loved more than creating great content and putting out good stuff that people love, that people enjoy. And one of the reasons that I've been successful in this thing is because I love it more than anybody else. I truly believe that. I am not a content creator because of content creator's sake. When I first got into this game, I was going through abandoned buildings and exploring the Pontiac Silverdome and talking about different cities and architecture and everything Detroit related. And then I started to travel to other cities, and I was capturing different things. And I wasn't making a lot of money when I first started doing this, but I did it because I loved it. I loved the game. And I knew that the money was going to come along with it, but the money wasn't the goal because I was already doing well financially. And so I had an opportunity to really, really mine out what makes sense from a content creation perspective. And I found out that I loved creating content. I loved it more than rap. I loved it more than basketball. I loved it more than hoes. I loved it more than hoes. I truly did. I had found something that truly gave me joy and happiness every single time I hit the publish button. Every single time I hit the publish button. And so I would say recently, lately, probably over the last, I don't know, a while now, it's been bothering me. And the reason that it's been bothering me is not because I don't love it. I love it just as much, if not more, than I used to. But because there's so many other little stupid things that's been getting in my way from being able to focus on creating great content. Real talk. And so, I brought my friends in the game along with me, like like an OG is supposed to do. And I think that throughout the process, we've lost track and we lost focus. And these are my thoughts from last night. And I would love to know what y'all think inside of the chat. And this is the reason why I'm talking to you guys right now. It's almost like we lost track. You know what I'm saying? Like something is off. You know what I'm saying? And I think what's off is we forgot why we was here. We forgot why we were here. You know why we here? We're here purely because the people love us, because we love what we do. And we came into this game to create great content. We let our egos get the best of us. We let our emotions get the best of us. We let the money get the best of us. We let a lot of and the reason why I say we is not necessarily because it's me, but because if I'm the leader of it, then I have to take accountability of it, because accountability goes up, not down. Accountability goes up. Complaints go up. Accountability goes up. Whining goes up, not down. That's why you don't whine to your girl. That's why you don't tell her every single little thing that's wrong with you, because she loses respect for you. Because as much as she says that she wants you to share with her, the reality is that she likes the illusion that you've included her. But the reality is that complaints go up, not down. And so you have to learn how to adjust and be very careful with what you communicate, while at the same time taking accountability for everything that you're responsible for. Complaints go up, not down. So when your girl comes to you and say, "Oh my God," she's complaining to you because she looks at you as a form of leadership. And so I had to take accountability, and I thought about it, and I gave everybody the night off, and I said, okay, how do I go about solving for this problem? Because I got a few different options. But first, before I solve for a problem, I got to figure out what the problem is, right? And I think that we've lost track. I'm not singling anybody out. That's not what I do here. This is not throw people under the bus day. This is accountability on Anton's part. And what do I do to solve for a problem that I'm not sure that I can solve for? It's hard. It's very, very hard. It's hard. It's hard trying to. It's easy to do it from my perspective. It's hard to do it when you're trying to get everybody else on board. when you got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people, right? It's hard to try to convince people. It's hard to communicate effectively sometimes when you just want to say, hey, man, you ain't this, that, or hey, girl, you ain't doing this, that. And then you got to go and you got to regroup and you got to say, hey, listen, if I was doing this, I would do it this way. It's difficult. For greatness, for content creators, for people that are leaders, for people that are good on doing it, for basketball players that are great one-on-one players and solo players, you know what the most difficult thing is to do? Adapt to a team environment where you got to get everybody else involved. You know what else is even more difficult? To go and win a championship with those people while you got the individual stats and while you the superstar. You know what's even more difficult than that? Coaching the team on how it is that they need to be successful. And so the first thing that I felt like that I had to do was step away. And so with me stepping away and looking at it and observing it, I was able to look at everybody else's interactions. And I watched all of the shows. I watched the last show, watched the show before that, went and watched the show before that and all of that stuff. And so I said, you know what? I see it now. It's clear. It's clear as day. The first thing that I noticed is as much as people talk, and I'm gonna be absolutely honest and transparent with y'all. It can't be done without me. No matter how you say it, no matter how you flip it, no matter how we try to make sense of it, it can't be done without me. In order for this thing to be successful, I gotta be on the court. It ain't no segmenting it. It ain't no pushing off responsibilities. It's none of that. You gotta be a leader on the court and off the court. And unfortunately and fortunately at the same time, in order for this thing to be successful, in order for this to take off, I can't just leave a product that I babied, that I hand built into the hands of people and expect for it to go the same way as though you there. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. The second thing that I realize is that the more stressed out that I become about that, the less that I can focus on the things that's really meaningful, like my bag chasers. It drains you. It takes everything out of you. It makes you just want to go to sleep. It does. It does. The biggest problem that you are going to have as a person that is successful is how to make other people successful around you. That is so hard. It is so hard. You constantly coaching. You constantly trying to communicate. You constantly trying to pick and choose your spots on when you should and shouldn't say something. So I got an idea. My first thoughts when I was in my emotions was just kill this shit. Just kill it. It ain't worth it. It's not beneficial for me. I can't fucking sell ads when people are not playing ball. It's very difficult for me to get this thing on where it's supposed to be. I just need to kill this shit, let everybody go off and do their own thing and keep it moving. That was my first emotional reaction. Bad attitude and all. At 8:50 p.m. before I go to sleep, that's what I was thinking. My second idea was, nah, why would I let other people benefit off of the audience that I built and then allowing them to go other places? My pride and my ego. My pride and my ego would not allow for me to abandon the platform. And so I said, all right, well, how can I make the adjustments? So this is what I've come up with. And A Chosen, suck my big black dick with a mushroom tip on top of it, big dog. Let me go ahead and put you out of your misery real quick. I'm not in the mood for the bullshit today. This is not the day. I'm very, very, very okay with everybody being able to get their shit off. This ain't one of them. I'm not playing no fucking games today. As I was saying, my second thought is this, and this is what I want to share with you guys. I want to run this idea by y'all because y'all are my co-hosts. This is the idea that I want to run by you. I'm going to separate y'all. I'm going to separate the guys and the girls. Somebody says, Carrie Muppa 2K is actually the crew that you need. Nah, we not going backwards. We're not going backwards. That's the one thing that I don't do. Once I'm over something, I don't go and revisit it. I'm not the type of person to go and dig out of the trash. I let other people go and do all of that type of stuff and pick up the pieces from the shit that I left behind. I don't move backwards. I don't look behind me. I look forward. So this is what my idea is, and I want to know what y'all think. I want to separate it. I think I'm gonna have to separate it. I'm gonna have the girls separate from the guys. But I still want my motherfucking 3 days. If I'm going to be paying people, unlike all of the rest of the people on these other panels, if I'm going to be paying people, I want to separate it, and I still want my 3 days. So we're going to go from 3 days to 6 days. We're going to go from Sunday through Friday, or Sunday through Thursday. Guys, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, or Sunday through Friday. Is it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Yep, Sunday through Friday. The guys is going to be on Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. The girls is going to be on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The guys will be talking about everything related to guys' content from a guy's perspective. Whether it be sports, fucking video games, and cars, and hoes. The girls will tackle everything related to popular culture, relationships, and fun shit. And the shit that they don't like about the guys. And since we don't play well together in the same sandbox, we will play well separately. And I still want my motherfucking 3 days. And that's how I see how it plays out. What are y'all thoughts? This is what I came up with yesterday before I fell asleep last night at 9 o'clock. And then to make it a little bit more spicy is to take calls / additional guests and have to recruit and bring people up on a platform that I notice on social media that is saying some stuff that's really meaningful and sometimes even making that the theme of the show. Well, guess what, Jay Reed? If you don't like that part of the show, you will be able to opt out and only talk and only watch the guys' part. That way, we can stop the bitch assness from the dudes that's in the maddies that's sitting there whining and being absolutely gay inside of my motherfucking comments, always whining about what women think. You don't have to worry about it no more. If you find that you only want to listen to Q Diddy and Slimmy, then you will be able to tune in to Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And now I'm expecting for y'all to shut the fuck up whining and complaining about the shit that you don't like about what somebody else is saying because you don't have to necessarily watch that night. Now you don't have to worry about it. Now you can focus 100% on hanging out with the guys and talking about the shit that's meaningful to you. And everybody will be happy. Everybody will be able to be in a space to where they can contribute. And now we've removed all barriers and all excuses. So nobody has to complain and whine about what they do like or don't like about what somebody else is saying. Jay Reed, I don't give a fuck about what you think. Listen, nobody is ever gonna hold it over my head that just because they a bag chaser, that I'm supposed to not that I'm supposed to shut the fuck up and not address what you type in the chat. If you don't like me addressing what you type in the chat, then don't fucking type in the chat. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, bro. Listen, I'm going to do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run up a bag. I'm gonna be rich. It's my birthright. It's exactly what's gonna happen. Don't ever try to do that bitch ass shit to me and say, oh, now bag chasers. No, fuck you. Fuck what you talking about, bro. If you want to say some shit about somebody that's meaningful around me, all Molly is going to do is this. No. No. Don't get offended. You called somebody else out. Now I called you out. So take your L in private the same way that Molly takes her L in private and shut the fuck up. If you don't like it, it's an easy way to solve for this shit. Click off. I'm going to respond how I respond. If you don't like it, if you're problematic, if you have a problem, you don't have to watch her no more. Now, if you choose, you can watch all of the male stuff that you want to watch. Niggas trying to tell me how I'm supposed to respond on my motherfucking show. I'm going to address that, Sabrina. Patreon. That's changing also. Now, in order for me to ensure, since I got to babysit every fucking night, 6 nights a week, since I got to fucking babysit every night on Room 9 and after hours to ensure that a product that I put my blood, sweat, and tears into don't completely fall flat on its fucking face, I have to adjust when I'm going to do my Patreon live streams and when I'm going to do my drops. So, what I've decided to do is that the Patreon live streams and the drops going forward, starting next week, the vlogs and everything will either drop before or after the Millionaire Morning Show. Listen. I need y'all to understand something. For all of my fellas in the chat that feel some type of way about Molly. Molly might be the only person that is untouchable. She might be the only person that is untouchable. She's the only person that generates enough interest to get clipped up. She's the only person that actually says the shit that other women is thinking so that y'all get all emotional, and that's the shit that drives the views. She might be the only person that is untouchable because let's be clear, entertainment sells. So if you feeling some type of way about it, I just don't expect to see you on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Cool. We gonna find out, Crisco. We gonna find out. That's why we're gonna try this a little experiment, and we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out exactly how this plays out all next month. Starting next week, starting this Sunday. We are going to make the adjustments, and we're gonna make it do what it do. As far as the Patreon, starting next week, we will be dropping at least 3 to 4 times a week, and we are going to be doing it before or after the Millionaire Morning Show to ensure that we still make sure that we prioritize the people that support the platform the most. And that's what the changes is gonna be going forward. That is what the changes is gonna be going forward. So we are changing it from 3 days to 6 days. And we are going to separate the fucking women from the fucking men so that we can actually have a decent show. It's the only thing that I can possibly think of, unless I just get rid of the whole thing. I'm not sure about the times yet. That's the thing that I'm still working out. I still would like to get my sleep. And so I think that I'm going to be moving the times up. I think I'm going to be moving the times up. I think the times are going to go up from 10:30 to 9, something like that. I'm not sure. It may go down to 10. And the only reason I say that is because basketball season is starting and I would like to actually go to the games without my fucking schedule being shot every single day. Rarity, give me some insight then. You said separate is crazy. Help me to understand how I can do it differently then, Rarity. I'm all ears because I'm all out of ideas outside of this. I'm all ears. I'm all ears. If you have a suggestion on how I can keep these people doing what they doing without jumping off the fucking bridge and driving me crazy, I'm all ears. I'm so open to making an adjustment. Mimi is not going anywhere. That's a no-go. How often will you post on the Patreon? About 4 days a week, 3 to 4 days a week. Shout out to Q Diddy. Q Diddy been carrying. Q Diddy been cooking. I have to give Q his props. Um, I said that I wasn't going to call people out individually, but I have to give credit to Q Diddy. Q Diddy has really, really stepped his fucking game up over the last couple weeks, and I just gotta let him know that I appreciate him for holding it down. Somebody said you should do a men's versus the ladies. I can't have fucking men and women together because we're as old as we are, we're not mature enough to be able to do what we supposed to do and get along like we got some sense. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And you want to know what my biggest problem is? You want to know what my biggest problem is? Is that I'm not gonna say that part. Listen, listen. Your car, I love you, bro, but you don't know what I deal with behind the scenes and afterwards. It's not worth it. I'm not going to continue. This shit has been going on. It's not going to self correct. Okay? The situation will not self correct. I have to come in with a heavy fucking hand and I have to deal with this shit accordingly. I'm losing sleep every day. I'm stressed the fuck out every single day. It's not self-correcting. It's not fixing itself. I wish that it would. I stepped away from it for the last almost 2 to 3 weeks, and then I had to jump on the panel some of the days just because. It's not self-correcting. It's not. I wish that it would. I've taken that approach for a long time. It's not fixing itself. I'm not getting rid of the late night show. I'm changing it. It doesn't matter what works. It doesn't matter what doesn't work. It's not self-correcting. K. Cooper says, do I think the multiple home building is also bringing in more stress? Absolutely. 100%. But I can handle that. So, I was reading the chat just to see what y'all sentiment was. Um, it is what it is. All right, so that's that. Now we can get now we can get back to the normal flow of things. Will I be on the internet more? Yes, unfortunately. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. I'm just gonna keep it 100. And maybe I'm just in my feelings right now, but maybe I don't. I just don't think that motherfuckers love me the way that they say that they do. Honestly, man, it's like if you love me, hold me the fuck down. Hold me down the way that I hold y'all down. I hold y'all down. Listen, bro. I make sure niggas get paid. I make sure things go on. I been hell and high water for motherfuckers to make sure that everybody eats, everybody is taken care of, everybody get it, everybody run up a bag, all of that type of stuff. And it's like, yo, Mimi, and it's like, Mimi, you saying it's just business. If it was just business, I would have made a whole lot of adjustments right now. But it's not just business because these are people that I actually care about in real life. Y'all want to know why bosses start keep things general and learn how not to connect with people? The reason why people don't do that is because they don't want to have a difficult situation when it comes to making adjustments. The reason why people don't hire family is because it's very difficult to do business with family because you ain't able to look at it as just business alone. Honestly, honestly, like I love people and I love the people that I do business with, and that's the hardest thing ever because You know what? You know what's easier? You know what'll really, really take me to the next level? If I just fucking did it on my own, by myself, and that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. If I just focused on 100% on what Anton was doing, that would be the end of it. Let's wing the rest of this fucking show and let's get to it. Let me read some of these cash apps. I had to run that by y'all to get y'all insight before we started the show because I fully expect that on the what's Sunday, what's Monday? Let me see Sunday, Monday calendar. On the 30th and the 31st, we gonna run like a well-oiled machine. Millionaire Morning Show, Anton Daniels channel, and After Hours Room 9. I'm fully expecting for that shit to pop off. And I want to go to the next level. I'm tired of being in the same place, focusing on the same thing, going over and over again. I really am. Shout out to Mike, that dude. I appreciate you, bro, for holding me down. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Salute to John Teal. Thank you, John Teal, for also holding me down. I appreciate you, big dog. Spencer Campbell. Shout out to Spencer Campbell. I appreciate you, bro. And thank you to everybody that support the platform and everybody that contribute on Cash App. Also want to give a shout out to, give me a second. Somebody looked out for me on PayPal yesterday. Shout out to Brad Norris. Brad Norris, I appreciate you, Brad. Thank you, bro, for holding me down on PayPal. I did not forget you. Jude says the Room 9 panelists are not bad people at all. Oh, no, they're not bad people. They're good people. Sometimes people in a group don't have chemistry, and that affects the output. You can't force chemistry. The Genius says 2 days girls, 2 days guys, and 1 day both. No. I will not commingle anybody going forward. I will not. I will not commingle anybody any again. That's just not gonna happen. I tried it long enough. It's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna let y'all put me in a bad space and have me stressed the fuck out, catching a heart attack out this bitch. The Terrible People podcast in the building says, either way, I believe in you, fam. Shout out to you for the 20 ball, big dog. Let me give you a round of applause. Sometimes people like the implosions and the derailments to the interactions with the crew. You built this, so protect it. The Bag Chasers, fam for life. We ain't going nowhere. God bless. Shout out to you, Terrible People podcast. I appreciate you. And why do people feel like just because they're a chaser that they can tell me what it is that I can do or they can say anything to me? That's not how it works. Caramel Wonder says, AD, you got your black Air Forces on today, huh? Good morning. Nah, I don't. I got my Yeezy slides on. Got the trusty slides on today. And my Balenci's. I might take the bike out today too. Who that Washington says Maddie's be whining about everything these days. That's a fact. One Demetrius says, AD, great idea. Let us call in at the end of these shows and talk about real problems we have going on to get some advice. Great content. I'm with it. Moses says, it don't matter if it was just you on After Hours. We locked in. Oh, I can cook. You know I can cook by myself. Legitimately Crooked says we can float together, but you're going to sink alone. Godless 9010 says, I think the most problematic ones separate them, but keep the shows co-ed. Nah, I can't do that. Mr. Merv says, go off AD, paid the cost to be the boss. Shout out to Mr. Merv. The GOAT 88 says you have one problem on Room 9 and everybody knows it, but all you have to do is watch the last episode. It's not all the women. It's nah, that's not going to happen. Manny Plays PC says, I like the idea of separating them. It was getting hard to watch with every show turning into a wrestling match. Some time apart might help. Q Diddy in the building says, get rid of that tailpiece tag bracket thing. The tailpiece tag bracket. Oh, you talking about on this? Right there? How do I get rid of it? So if I get rid of it, where am I gonna put the let me call this nigga.
Hello.
How do I get rid of it?
Man, it's probably like it's usually under the tail, like where your seat is.
Yeah.
And then there's it's like a tidy tail, what it's called, and then it gets rid of the bracket and you just put it underneath your seat.
So where am I gonna put the plate?
It's two bolts. It's like a bracket instead of like that big plastic piece.
All right.
Anyway, just send me the year of your bike and I'll look.
I think it's a 2025 or 6.
I bet.
Hold on. Let me get the goddamn key. No. Well, I'm not gonna do it then if it's a fucking dad.
No, the dad thing is like the plastic piece. Like that's the first thing everybody get rid of when we get the bikes.
It's a
I didn't mean to derail the show.
No, it's cool. It's 2025.
All right.
And it only got.
You said what? Is it 600 or 1,000?
1,000.
That's a lot of stuff going on under there.
It's 1,000 CBR 1,000 double R. It's got 369 miles on it.
Yeah, you just got that for that's just a big old paperweight.
No, it ain't. I love my bike. I just haven't really been able to drive it the way I want to.
It's like called like it's like an undertail bracket is what it's called. And you just clean all that plastic stuff up.
All right, I'll take care of it.
I'll send you a link.
All right, bet.
Bet.
All right. My bike got 369 miles on it. As crazy as it sounds. Shout out to Q Diddy. Let me see what else we got going on. QD Executive Suite MLE says, sigh. Aw. I know how you feel, AD. Sometimes I want to pull out my beard watching. To the panel, don't fuck up the bag. You never know who is watching and what doors are being closed because of the foolishness. Keyshawn in the building says, hope everything is going well. Shout out to you, Keyshawn. I appreciate you. Clay Display says, Anton with you. Not like there's going to be. Anton with you, not there is like going to an NBA game and the superstars taking load management. Welcome back. Welcome back. 3L's group says AD have to put grown adults in timeout. It's funny as fuck. Gully Blanchard says, I think it's time to end room 9. Big bro, you need to start with new faces. Everyone got too comfortable. Fuck friends. This is the problem. No comment. Marlo Reed says, stay on your square, big dog. Showcase Classics. What up, Showcase? Says top of the day to you. And the chat loves seeing my brother level up. What up, Showcase? I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, bro. Faces says, speaking of your solo cooks, what happened to the older solo lives you used to do on the Anton Daniels channel? I was looking for a couple of them. I think I might have privated them because it was somebody else that was on there that I didn't want to give a lot of visibility to that used to rock out with me. What up, sis? I love you, sis. Good day, Mr. AD. I do not watch After Hours Room 9 show because it has men and women. I think grown men conversations are not for women and vice versa. I would consider watching a ladies only show. Well, it looks like that we might be in the right space then, sis. I love you, baby, and thank you for the feedback. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get started with the show. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel. Gully, maybe. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. All right. Yeah, man, we here. We here. Potential guests for After Hours. Listen, let me say this too before I go on. Let me say this too. If you are a person that's trying to get my attention and you saying, hey, Anton, I want to be a guest on your show or I want to come on After Hours and all of this stuff, if you don't have a social media presence, if I can't even find out if you can communicate effectively, if you don't talk online, if you don't have an Instagram or a TikTok or something that I can reference and say, yo, okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're talking. If I can't see how pretty you are, or if I can't see how ugly you are, or if I can't see what your sentiment is, then you are wasting your time because I don't have a reference point and I am not just about to bring up somebody that don't even have a profile picture onto my platform to talk about a bunch of stuff that's not relevant to you. If you don't have a listen, that's like saying, give me a job, but I don't even know what your qualifications are. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. If I don't have a reference point for you and I can't go into it and I say, okay, well, this is who this person is, then that's problematic. You got to give me a reference point.
Fellas, homie, we're not making any money. We got to get to the point where we're making money. I mean, I'm looking at all the data, and it's like white guys, it's like Asian guys are at the top, then white guys and black guys are way at the bottom. You know, like I don't mean like looking like you got money or hustling or being an entrepreneur. I don't mean that. I mean actually making enough money to live and support a family. We got to get to that point. I mean, like, become a radiology tech, become a HVAC tech, do plumbing, be an electrician, get your CDL, be a nurse. I know it's, but you can make money and you can support a family. We got to get to that point. If I see another Honda Civic with the passenger seat leaned back, I know who's sitting in that. I know who's sitting there. You got to make money. We got to get out of this, man. You're not a hustler. You're broke.
I was at a conversation yesterday with potential governors of Michigan, and it wasn't so much of the conversations with the potential governors of Michigan. It was more or less about the conversation from the people that were sitting at the table. And a lot of the conversation from the people that were sitting at the table were people that had significant resources. I mean, it was a who's who of people that make money, not people that are of significance as far as like content and social media and all of that stuff. I mean, I was at a table with literal billionaires yesterday, right? And it pissed me off, but then at the same time, it gave me a tale between two types of different people that we have to deal with on a regular basis. And when you talk about black men in particular, the people that have separate themselves as far as how they talk to the people that don't have money, and if you are of salt. And it's funny because when I started to speak yesterday, most of the people that were in the room didn't know who I was because they're not tapped into what is happening in the culture. They're not tapped into what's going on in social media. The only thing that they care about is their money. And I'm going to get into that in a second. But the fact of the matter is, before they realized who I was, one of the people, when I started speaking, and it was like, man, that's dope. That's deep. That's crazy. And people started texting me and was like, yeah, you really got their attention this time. One of the things that somebody said to me was, prove it, prove it, prove it, right? And he kept trying to like check me like, well, who are you? What have you done? Because he didn't know who I was. And so one of the things that I said, because I didn't want it to be a dick swinging contest, a pissing contest, was, well, I don't have to necessarily prove it because the numbers kind of speak for itself. And so I just continued to talk the way that I talk. But the reason that I'm saying that is because we only care about clout when it comes to us. But clout with no money don't mean nothing. Have y'all ever seen a community advocate? Have y'all ever had a conversation with somebody that's a community advocate, but they don't have nothing, they still broke? The reason why a lot of people don't respect community advocates is because we know that they have a lot of time on their hands, and that's why they're a community advocate. You know why you can't get into certain rooms? It's because you don't have any money. You know why people don't respect black culture? You know why politicians don't respect black culture? I'm going to keep it so 100 with y'all today. It's because you don't have no money. You know how they know that you don't have no money? It's because other cultures actually contribute into the candidates that they want to see become successful. You know how they know that you don't have no money? Because you're not spending money on the things that's meaningful. Because you don't take care of your family. Because you don't have any resources built up for you to be able to not have to depend on the federal government when it comes to your retirement. That's how they know. And I'm not talking about all people, obviously, all black people, because of course we're not a monolith. But when you talk about it collectively, we don't have no power because we don't have no money. And so it's easy for them in particular, politicians, business holders, or whatever. It's easy for them to be able to discard you because they know that you're going to vote a certain way because you already poor, because you're depending on, even if you're not poor like this, on your 401k and your bank accounts and your job and your career, you're poor with your mentality, which is why other black people that are poor are expected to hold you accountable when you get too much money and you get above your britches. It's the reason why you see so many people check you and try to tell you that you need to come back to reality or you too disconnected. You know why? Because the people that are poor and don't have any money are the ones that control the culture. And this is really one of the only cultures that happens. That doesn't happen in the Japanese culture. That doesn't happen in the Chinese culture. That doesn't happen in Indian culture. The people that ain't got no money ain't the ones that can tell you what you can and can't do. They're not the ones that check you and tell you what you can and can't do. That's not even how it plays out. And you know what the worst part about this conversation is? When this guy right here in particular says, hey guys, we ain't got no money. We need to get a career. You know what the first thing that we say? Well, you got to get a trade. Got to get a trade. Got to get a trade. That's our solution to everything. You just got to hustle, start a business, get a trade. Hustle, business, start a trade. We picked the lowest fucking barrier to entry to everything. During the pandemic, when everybody, and some of y'all was here, and we going to talk about it. During the pandemic, when everybody was getting into software engineering and they was doing all of that type of stuff, right? And people was coming up and they would ask me a question or they would send me a super chat or whatever and they would ask and they would say this every time. Anton, should I go to school and get a degree? Or should I just take a quick class so that I can get a quick made up certificate and I can just try to get in the job? And I would say, well, if it was me, because in order to be able to appease black people with your answer, you first got to say if it was me. You got to qualify yourself by saying, well, if it was me, because we get offended at anything, right? Anything can offend us. And then, oh my God, you think you're better than everybody else when they ask you the question, right? So I got to start off by saying, well, if it was me, and I would say, well, if it was me, then I would actually go and get educated. And they would say, well, why? Why would you get educated? And then I would say, because in order for you to get to the next level, or in order for you to get, qualify for the next job, or you to go into management or whatever, you don't want to just be limited by getting a quick coding certificate to where you're really not even good enough to do the job. You also protect yourself when you get into another job and the opportunities in your ceiling is higher. But us as men, collectively, as black men, we don't believe in careers. We don't believe in education. We don't believe in family. We don't believe in doing certain things and taking certain things from other cultures. We want to shortcut everything. We look at this guy that's on the screen and they will say, oh, you a lame, you corny, you ain't got no pussy. We judge ourselves and we evaluate our standing in society by how many hoes that we fucked. Yes, it's Friday. We gonna get there today. We not gonna miss no words. We gonna get straight to it. We evaluate our hierarchy in society by how many hoes that we fucked. Now, once you hit a certain age or once you've been around enough women, you realize that that's an empty statistic also, because nobody cares about how many hoes you bust now, nor can anybody verify it. And the real ones wouldn't be able to verify it anyway, because you ain't supposed to talk and tell the exact number or the names of the women that you've been with. So it's a moot point. And I'm not saying that trades are bad. Of course, I'm not saying that trades are bad. What I am saying is, why are you limiting yourself to just trades? It's a whole lot of us. It's a whole lot of us. It's not just about trades. It's, why can't you be a doctor? Why can't you be an anesthesiologist? Why can't you be a nurse? Right? Why can't you get your MBA? I would have you to know, now we about to get real uncomfortable, and I know the ladies is going to feel some type of way about it, but it is what it is. You as a man, specifically as a black man, and you become educated, you're better than women. You have much greater opportunities as a man that is educated than a woman that is educated. If you do a 1-for-1, listen to what I'm saying, fellas. Listen to what I'm saying, fellas. Ladies, get out your feelings. Fellas, let's stay focused. If you are a man and you wind up becoming educated, you have a much, much greater chance at being successful than your female counterpart that has the exact same education. She is not respected the same as you. She will not be looked at the same as you. She will not have as much of an opportunity as you. Her ceiling is much lower than yours. And you are just naturally going to be respected more as a man that have an education. Think about it from a societal perspective. Men don't care about women that wear their degrees. Women care about men and what their status is. So if that be the case, then that means that you as an educated guy is up here. Men judge other men by the status that they have. I was in a room with a dude yesterday. That nigga had to be at least 6'7". I said, hey man, get the fuck away from me, bro. He was cracked, dog. He thought that was the funniest shit ever. He said, Tom, what are you talking about? Why are you telling me to get away from you? I said, nigga, you stealing my aura. I said, nigga, don't you realize that you aura farming? Nigga, get the fuck away from me. Stand at a distance. 6 feet, no check. They thought that was the funniest thing ever. You know why? Because every factor fucking matters when you are a man, whereas a woman, it doesn't really matter. The same way you're not judged the same as I said, nigga, get the fuck away from me. 6 feet, no check. Nigga, you see I told you six, what are you, 6'7"? Fuck away from me, nigga. Stealing my aura. You aura farming right now. Nigga, if you want to talk to me, let's go in the kitchen, let's go out back and let's have a conversation. You know I'm about to keep stealing my aura. Talking to me like this, yeah, so Ty, we need to do this, we need to no, we don't. Not right now, nigga. Not right now. I'm not gonna keep on looking at you like this, nigga. We standing chest to chest, I'm doing like this, nigga. I'm not your bitch. Shoo, nigga. Get out of here. For a minute. Just go for a second. You know what I'm saying? Nigga trying to take all of my cool points. I work hard for my cool points. You see how fresh I am? Yeah. We need to go ahead and go to the Congressional Black Caucus. No, nigga. Walk away for a second. Damn. Taking all my aura points. Yeah, it's the same thing with the Bugatti. Nigga keep on telling me, hey, Tom, you gonna pull up to the car show? Well, who gonna be there? And what kind of cars are they bringing first? Because if the dude with the gray Bugatti is going, then I'm not going. Yo. No, what's up? I'll talk to you after the show. Maybe. Whatever you want. I do the same thing to niggas. I said, listen, I got out to go to an ATM yesterday. I do the same thing. I got out to go to the ATM yesterday. But in order for me to go to the ATM, because it was a dude in a black Corvette, and he's okay. So for those of y'all that are in Detroit, you gonna know what I'm talking about. But let me try to paint the picture for you. All right. On Woodward and Campus Martius, it's the Chase building. All right. They got all of the Rocket Mortgage, all of the people. It's a big old circle. It's one circle. Here, as a matter of fact, I'll show it to y'all. I don't even have to do it. I just realized I got the technology to be able to show you exactly what's going on. All right? I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to show you how it works. Okay? Close that out. All right. This is Campus Martius. Let me show y'all. Hold on. I got you. Opening maps. Put the little man down. All right. So this is Woodward. If you coming down Woodward, right? This is the Campus Martius stop. This is where the train stop at. You see the train tracks? All right. Now let's say you're going down Woodward. This is where all of the workers are. A bunch of big buildings, Campus Martians, Ernest Young. This is the Chase building, right? Now, when you pull up to the Chase building right here, it's an ATM right here, okay? This is where the ATM is. But there's no parking around here, all right? So what you do is you can't park on the train tracks right here. So you kind of pull over right here, right? And you jump out and you wait and you go to the ATM. That way when the train comes by, you're not in the way of the train. And at the same time, you kind of get out and you do your thing. Now, it's a Corvette sitting right here, right? And all of the kids is like, and the people, and you got all super busy or whatever. And then Time Dog, he got the Corvette, and people are like, oh man, I like your car, whatever. And then I pull up right behind him because I didn't do it intentional. I was going to go to the ATM. And it's like, oh my God. It was like, oh my God, I told you that's not a Corvette. That's a Lamborghini, right? And so then he was like, dog, that's crazy. He was like, yeah. He was like, dog, that's crazy. He's like, man, let me get on up out of here. He said, man, let me get on up out of here. But anyways, my point that I'm trying to make to y'all is this. We got to put away our ego. We got to put away our pride. We got to put away how we feel, right? All jokes aside. And we have to make sure that we focus on getting to the money. We got to make sure that we are getting to the money. We got to stop focusing on how we feel and start focusing on how we're going to get a bag. Just keeping it 100. For too long, we just been hustling and moving in place and nickel and diming, going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that we doing okay just because we get a full-time job. We don't want to get a career. We don't want to focus on running up a bag. We don't want to do none of that stuff. And then if we see somebody else that's getting to it, we hate on them instead of being motivated and saying, you know what, I'm ready. I bet. That means I got to step my game up. For too long, we've been focused on how we feel instead of focusing on the results. But the fact of the matter is, we worse off when it comes to our finances. We worse off when it comes to education, which is directly correlated with our finances. We worse off when it comes to our families. We're the worst off when it comes to making, and women, y'all are a part of this. We're worse off when it comes to taking care of our children and putting them in the best position possible. We worse off when it comes to so many things, and we want to ignore that instead of being focused on how we can improve on the parts where we've fallen behind. It's just the facts. It's just the facts. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me read some of these soups. The quote of the day is 3 things cannot be hidden long, cannot be long hidden. The sun is coming out regardless of how you feel. The moon is coming out regardless of how you feel. And the truth. The truth is the truth regardless of how you feel about it, regardless of how you want to interpret it. It doesn't change just because you feel in some type of way as a result of it. The truth is the truth regardless of how you feel about it. No, it's not me, Mr. Lot. It's not me. You said when I hear the queue line honking for 5 minutes, that's you. No, I'm not on the tracks. I'm never on the tracks. I'm never going to be the person that slows down the queue line, Mr. Lot. That's not me, bro. Chase Barnes says, AD, how did your meeting go with the potential? It went really well. It went incredibly well. I will say this, though, Chase Barnes. I hate these older people, bro. And I'm not even talking about the Michigan governor. I'm talking about these other people that's trying to be gatekeepers. I hate old heads, bro. I do. And obviously that's not applicable to all old heads or all older people. But these old school dudes that they finesse their way to the top, they stole their way to the top. These some gatekeeping motherfuckers, and they truly don't want nobody else to be able to get no clout, no status, no success unless it come through them. Fuck them. Listen, these boomers and these Gen Xers, fuck them. I hate these niggas. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not gonna say no names. I'm not gonna say none of these niggas. These niggas is so jealous. They so mad. They so weak. These boomers that didn't have to do anything. These fucking frumpy, older, gatekeeping, non-generous dudes that stole their way to the top and don't got a fucking clue about what's really happening in the streets. I hate these niggas, bro. I hate them every single day of my life. It just tells me and it shows me, especially the black ones. The black older ones, I hate them, bro. I hate their guts. I hate them for real, bro. Every single piece of them. And I know that I gotta chill out. Yeah, I know. So I'm not gonna say nothing. I know some of the people that's like, I'm not gonna go nuclear, but I can't stand them, bro. I can't stand these old, just for me, slick back hair, fucking thin ass, drawn on mustache looking motherfuckers. You I can't stand these niggas, bro. I hate them. I hate them, bro. I hate them in every. I can't stand them, bro. They so they ugh. Especially in these cities, bro. Especially in the cities, man. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's because these are the niggas that stole all of the money out of the schools. These are the ones that got all of the kickback contracts back in the day. These are the ones that think that they didn't did something and they didn't did shit. They ain't did nothing. All they did was be friends and steal. They the problem. The biggest problem in the black community is these old heads that fucked up the game and they left scraps for everybody else to be able to figure out. I hate you niggas, bro. I hate I'm just gonna tell y'all for real. I hate y'all. I hate everything that y'all stand for. Y'all don't give back to the community. Y'all don't understand what the people is going through. Y'all not helping nobody. Y'all just old, fat, and fucked up. All y'all health is fucked up. Your dick don't work. I can't stand you niggas. You niggas is the worst. You was selfish. You stole. You knew what was going on. You was friends with the people that was in power and that was in office. And you niggas is just, you the devil. You're the devil. And it don't even matter because you're going to be dead soon. Half of you niggas is going to be dead soon. I see it all over you, bro. I see it. Y'all got the jaundice. Y'all got the jaundice in your eyes. Your ankles is fat. You don't care about your health anyway. You buy hoes. And that's what, and so y'all niggas and put all of the bad habits and the bad games. Y'all sons is bitches. Y'all some sucker ass niggas, man. I hate you niggas. I hate all you old head dudes, bro. Y'all so weak. You so weak. You don't really even really know nothing about what the people need. You so disconnected. That's why I don't listen to y'all. And that's why I called y'all bitch asses out inside of the meeting yesterday. I called y'all punk ass niggas out in the meeting yesterday, bro. Real talk. And that's the honest to God truth. I don't be caring, bro. Honestly, man, I'm so anti-system. People don't even realize how anti-system that I am. I am so anti-system, bro.
Hello.
Hey, don't say nothing. I don't want to say your name or nothing like that.
Okay.
Because I'm on a live. How they feel about me yesterday?
Well, you had one supporter. That was me.
Like,
No,
be totally honest.
Well, you got to keep in mind too, man. Now, when you're dealing with older, some of our biggest adversaries are older black men, so they already on guard when it comes to a younger guy coming in confident. That's a problem already. So, to get the gentleman sitting directly next to you, he was trying to, pretty much agree with you in a disagreeable way, because he want John to get his attention. The other guys may be a little intimidated because some of them guys are under contract to make money and help represent his campaign. So you'll be a threat, because you're also a resource, and that can be intimidating to some of the other gentlemen that was there. But overall, I mean, I think what you said was spot on. When you said you never, when you said you never wrong, never ever wrong, always right. Man, that made my day. Man, I came home to my wife. I said, he said he never wrong and always right. I said, that niggas flip their wig, boy. They like, he said he never wrong, he's always right. I said, well, that's what he said. That's his opinion. But no, it was good, man. You gave John only drawback to yesterday is, and I told John, you should have did this last year. Even the beginning of this year, you should always have these round tables because it keep you engaged. And another thing I'm contemplating on letting them know is that when you come to Wayne County, specifically Detroit, maybe you shouldn't be flanked by two white women. You should have a young black lady, with you, maybe from the area, that can kind of help. That just be a good look, because you're married to a white woman, which I don't have a problem with, and then you flanked by two white Stanford.
I was telling the people on the live stream. I said, man, I don't like these old niggas, bro. These gatekeeping motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care nothing about these niggas, man. I told these niggas exactly what I thought. I don't care what their net worth is. I don't care. It's like they trying to limit. They not even aware of what's really happening, but then they trying to limit the opportunities for somebody you know what I'm saying?
The guy directly to your left, he's been caught up in several scandals.
I know.
Okay, yeah. So I was surprised. I'm like, man, come on, Black Mr. Howell. It ain't.
Like, bro, listen, I know. And then afterwards, here's the funny part about it. Afterwards, they was trying to wrangle me in. They surrounded me and was trying to get me on board. Like, hey, Anton, you gotta listen. You gotta do it. I'm like, I told them, I said, man, I don't give a fuck about what you talking about, and I definitely don't give a fuck about what your punk ass is talking about. You take your fat ankles and you get the fuck out of my face,
man. I was surprised at Janasco, which is
Hold on. Don't say no names.
Okay, I was surprised at my man because that was he. I mean, I don't know. He just took a tone that was just totally opposite what I thought it was going to be. Man, it's just crazy.
They felt threatened.
I mean, but we all had an opinion, and every opinion was credible. It just depends on how much time you have to run your campaign, and it also depends on who you're using as surrogates to get out and push your message,
right?
And then we all had different conversations or different thoughts, but at the same time, I was just shocked that your opinions got so much kickback, man. But then,
well, it flew in the face of what they was about.
Yeah, I mean, but he was feeling it, man. He was like, man, well, hold on. He understood exactly.
No, John hit me. John came to me. John came up to me in front of them.
I know.
and was like, listen, this is my personal number, bro.
Yeah.
We working. Didn't give a fuck about what they was talking about. But I was just telling them, and I was telling I ain't gonna say no names. I was telling the girl, I said, man, I don't give a fuck about these guys, man.
Why they surround you afterwards, man? When I came over there and hollered at you just before I left, they had you corralled.
Because they was trying to get me in line.
What?
They was trying to get me in line. They would not let me leave. They was trying to get me in line, and they was trying to tell me how I need to get in line, nigga. And I was like, and I said, listen, I was real nice about it. I said, I hear you, and I hear you too, but I don't give a fuck about what y'all talking about.
I
don't give a fuck.
They don't even operate in your lane or at all. So like, how can you even take away or discredit anything that he's saying when he's very successful at what he's doing?
They could think that, listen, the only person that mattered is whether or not the message was received from John. That's the only thing that mattered. I didn't care nothing about what them old niggas was talking about, bro.
No, it was very well received. I mean, he was excited. I mean, I think it became threatening because he sort of keyed in directly on you, and he started talking about more of a statewide distribution. So, but then he said, well, we need to connect. We need to talk, because he was feeling exactly what you were saying. And as far as the analytics, you can go back and pull analytics. You can have, easy. That's easy because you know your listening audience. So, I mean, your demographics. So you can easily pull the analytics on your demographics and say, okay, well, that's not something that you have to have right then and there.
Yeah.
But if needed, the information is out there.
Yep.
But no, he was with it, man. And then then the guy immediately to my right, he was with it. He understood it.
Yep.
But not to the degree that you're actually operating in. But he was fine with it. It's just these old heads, man, that's trying to get contracts, trying to get a position on the team early. But the way they're doing it is obsolete right now.
Well, my thing that I was saying was, and I think that this is probably one of the threatening things, was that I was saying, I'm not here for nothing. I mean, like I don't need shit. I'm not jockeying for a position so that I can make some money. I'm doing this because I truly give a fuck about the people. I truly want John to win because I think he's the genuinely the best candidate. And so I'm giving my authentic thoughts. Y'all saying shit because y'all trying to get in position. I don't care about what y'all think.
Yeah. That's crazy though, man. I mean, I was just, the heavy guy, man. He was. I don't know if he knew you.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
I mean,
but that's why they don't. That's why they don't. He took it personal because after hearing what I was saying, if I was him, I would have took it personal too. I guess he should have just shut the fuck up.
Out of all the opinions, though, it's like you really got his attention. You really got most of them guys' attention. But more importantly, John was like, "That's it. That's it." And then what I mentioned to him is like, man, look, when something come out, just speak on it. If you speak on it, then that's going to let them know that you're concerned with what's going on in the community. So all these other things that these guys are telling you to do, you don't have time for that.
Yep, I agree.
2 years, if the election was next year, go at it. But right now, you don't have it.
Yep, I agree. He'll be all right. We're going to get him in there.
Yeah,
all right, I'm going to call you right out. I'm going to call you after the stream.
Okay, all right.
Bro, let me tell y'all, and I'm keeping it so 100 with y'all. I don't give a fuck about nothing that the establishment, that the system. I have never taken a dime from one politician. I've never taken a dime from a group. I've never taken a dime from a PAC. I've never taken a dime from any under the table money. The reason why I am a threat, the reason why certain people are a threat, is because we're not standing in line to figure out how we can get our pocketbooks lined up. We're standing in line giving insight authentically based off of what we truly believe and what we truly see, because we want what's best for the people. And that bothers these old motherfuckers that's inside of the establishment, black, white, Democrat, Republican. It bothers them to the core because they are fucking corrupt. Money has broken them. Resources has broken them. Status, being in certain rooms means something to them. I don't care about none of that. The thing that means the most to me is the people, is the city, it's Detroit, it's the bag chasers, and what is best for families, black people, white people. That is the thing that means something to me. My resources come from God. I am guided by what my purpose is, not no fucking money. I'm not going to compromise what I say, what I do, what my values are because of a goddamn dollar. I don't care about money. It is a tool. It is nothing more than a tool. That is it. Do not be controlled by money. I'm not telling you to not go get no money. I'm not telling you to not go get no resources. I am not telling you not to be productive and invest your money. But I'm telling you that the love of money is the root of evil. The love of it. If you will compromise who you are for it, if you will change your message in order to modify it to make other people comfortable, that is the problem with this goddamn country, bro. It is the problem with these people. It is the problem with this country. It is the problem with your city. It is the problem with black leaders. It's the problem with our schools. It's the problem with our legislators. It's the problem with goddamn Congress. Bro, we don't have enough people that's actually fearful of God, that is guided by something that is greater than them. And the reason why everything is fucked up, the reason why our families is fucked up, the reason why people are not getting the truth and you can't fix these cities, it's not that it's not fixable. It's not that we don't already have enough money. It's not that we're not taxed enough. It's not that the system is messed up. It's the motherfucking gatekeepers and these old head bitch ass niggas that need to bust hell wide open, who has ruined the culture, who has ruined the community, and they've ruined every fucking thing that we've ever stood for. They are the bane of our ancestors. They are the reason why our ancestors should be weeping right now. They all need to die the fuck off. Honest to God, they need to die off. I hate you niggas. I hate y'all for everything that you stole, for every life that you ruined, for every scandal that you caused, for every situation that you put everybody else in as a result of having to make up for all of the bullshit that you did. Y'all niggas is the worst. I hate y'all. That's the reason why I hate politics, is because I want to change this shit. We don't have enough people that actually want to win, that want to do the right thing. Everybody is in it for a dollar. Everybody is in it for clout. Everybody is in it to get something out of somebody else. I hate you niggas. I hate y'all. I hate everything that y'all stand for. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care if you're a fucking billionaire. I don't care if you're a millionaire. I don't care what you are. If your heart is rotten, if everything that you did up to this point was to steal money, you can die a fast death tomorrow. Tomorrow. It means nothing. What does it mean to gain the whole world and to lose your soul? What's the point? What's the point? What the fuck is the point if you get it all and everything else is ruined around you because you can't take this shit with you? What is the point? What we here for? What we here for? You know why I ain't never taking no money from none of these fucking politicians? Listen, as long as I'm alive, if you see me ever endorse a candidate, if you ever see me stand for somebody, if you ever see me next to somebody, I promise you, I promise my bag chasers, I promise my daughter, I put it on my father. I will never take a dime from a fucking politician ever. I will never take a dime from a politician. I will never take a dime from a PAC. I cannot be bought. I cannot be bought. You cannot buy me. You can say a lot of things about me. You can say you disagree with my stance on this. You can say you disagree with that. But you cannot buy me. You can't kick back me enough money. You can't do none of that. If I say it, I mean it. If I say it, I mean it. I don't like these niggas, man. I'm being honest with you. Chase Barnes, how did my meeting go yesterday? It went phenomenal because all I did was shit on these old ass motherfuckers that's a part of the establishment that need to go off and die. It went phenomenal. And they was pissed because I talked just like this in real life. In real life, I told them motherfuckers, they was all surrounding me. They was trying to touch me. I said, man, get your hands off me, bro. I said, you evil. I told them to their face. I said, you evil. I stood in the face of billionaires and I said, man, don't touch me, man. Because I don't want that spirit on me. They were pissed. They were absolutely pissed. They were angry. Because they say, we can't get this nigga in line. We can't get him. We can't tell him what to do. We can't tell him what to do. And then I jumped in a motherfucking blue Lamborghini and I said, and I went and gave out some goddamn money. And that's the honest to God truth. And I went and gave out some money. I went to the streets and I went and connected when I hung out with my homeless friends and I gave them everything that was in my pocket. That 10 ball that I showed y'all the day before, I gave all of that away yesterday. The 10,000, I gave it all away yesterday. People don't know what my life is. People don't know what my life is. They have no clue what my life is like.
Hello.
Yo, listen, I'm on a live stream, so don't say nothing crazy.
Okay.
I got a question for you, honestly.
Okay.
The night that you met me, what was I doing? Do you remember?
You was giving out money.
To who?
The homeless.
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
Oh, okay.
All right, bye. I don't care about money, bro. I don't care about money. I don't care about money. I don't, bro. Real talk. God got me. If I don't have nothing, guess what I got? I got the people. If I don't have nothing, I have the people. It's a fucking piece of paper. It's a piece of paper. That's it. I don't even like these niggas in these rooms. I like hanging out with the people that's in the streets. They more fun. They tell better jokes. They got more life stories. I get to hang out with them. My boy George. My white boy George. Y'all got to stop worshiping money, bro. I don't know what they taught you, but you got to stop worshiping money. All right? Let me read some more of these super chats. Good question, Chase. Rory, what up, Rory? What age is considered a boomer? just asking for clarity. Well, let's pull it up. Technically, I am a geriatric millennial. What is a boomer? All right, a boomer is defined as born from 1946 to 1964. All right, I'm going to pull it up on the screen for y'all. Boomer is 1946 to 1964. All right, what is Gen X? Gen X is people born between 1965 and 1980. I was born in 1982. That's why I say I'm a geriatric millennial, because 81 and 82 was the first years of the millennials, because we literally graduated in the year 2000. So boomers, and then it's Gen X, which is 1965 to 1980, and then it's millennials. And then millennials are 1981 through 1996. And I'm 44, so they're saying that they're roughly 30 to 45 years old. All right? So now y'all have some insight and some understanding of exactly what I say as far as being a geriatric millennial. I'm amongst the first millennials, and we graduated in 2000. Most of us graduated in 99 or 2000. All right? So no, I am not Gen X, and that's that. Let me see. Sunday, Monday, guys. Day, Tuesday off, Wednesday. No. I'm going to do the Patreon in the mornings. Patreon is going to be in the morning. Sunday and Monday, guys, days. Tuesdays off, Wednesdays, Thursdays. I got to go and I got an appointment Monday night. That's the only problem. See, this is why this is messed up. All of this is messed up. Little Money Mark says separating the men and women is like eating cereal without the milk. How we going to hear that snack crackle pop? Well, tell the rest of them to get their life together, and then we can bring it back together. Who That Washington says, are you still up for doing live coaching calls? I've been working on my channel for over a year now, and I've been looking at ways to improve it. Yeah, I'm up for it. But I think that needs to be like a Saturday show. Danny M says, hey, Anton, are tall guys a threat to you when y'all in the same room with the ladies? Nah, that's a joke, bro. That's a joke. Listen, here's the thing. It doesn't matter. Tall, fast car, none of that stuff matters. Here's what really, really matters. Confidence and understanding that him, if you on a bicycle. You should be able to pull a chick on a bicycle. If you're buying a car, or if you think that somebody else is stopping your motion because they fly. See, I don't believe in hating on people. I do believe in good jokes. And so I'm always going to have a good joke. But, you just got to have your own motion. You got to have your own confidence. You should not in any way, shape, or form hate on another person or feel threatened by somebody else because they got some kind of motion in some way, shape, or form. Now, that don't mean that you got to hate on them, but you should not be feel threatened by anybody because you. God didn't make no mistakes when he made you. You know what I'm saying? Latrell M in the building says big homie was stealing 50%. was stealing 50% of your swag. Facts. That's a fact. Nigga was a cheat code. Nelly Domingo says Anton was in the meetings with John Garnett from ATL. That's what it felt like some way sometimes. Felt like John Garnett was in there. Love you, Anton. Keep applying pressure. Shout out to my girl, Onaka. I appreciate you, baby. Chase Barnes says, AD, I was listening to every word. I'm glad to be a part of your journey in the Bag Chasers. If y'all want to tap into the Chasers, make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. 9 Corey P says, What was your playlist yesterday after the meeting? Payroll. Payroll Giovanni, Icewear Vezo, GT. Payroll, Icewear, GT. And then I threw a little bit of Game in there. You know what I'm saying? That Game album is sick. What up, Jay? Jay in the building says, if you aren't bought, why won't you condemn the Trump administration like you did Biden? They are making the same mistakes and surely not American first. I think that Trump is American first. And I think that Trump is doing a phenomenal job. And I'm not going to let you bully me into telling me what it is that I believe. I like Trump. And I think that Trump is what we need right now in this country. And he's not making those same mistakes. King Cool says Saturday. Which cigar bar? What time? I'll email for the details. What's your email? AntonDaniels413@gmail.com. Hardcore News says tuned in and you are going off on the baby boomers. You are 1,000% correct. I have 15 aunts and uncles, all boomers, and they are exactly what you pointed out, all facts. I'm Gen X 1976. Oh, yeah, it ain't everybody, but it's most of them. Brick Squad G says, I remember my mom was stocking up on food and water and stuff because the world was supposed to shut down in 2000. Yeah, I remember that. We did too. Canned goods, all kind of stuff. I want to get into this Druski skit. That everybody is offended by. Let me get into this. Let me see what's happening.
These niggas try to angle me in. Fuck you, what? Hey, take some of that horse speed, what? Yes, sir.
Breaking news, this just in. A gold Ferrari is heading southbound on I-85. Former running back Ray Price shows no signs of stopping anytime soon as he leads police on a chase of over 10 miles.
CTE what, nigga? They try to say I'm crazy, what? How the boy come give it?
To know he can do it. 19 in this set. Oh my goodness! Helmet's out, ball's out, and a penalty flag comes flying in.
Helmet to helmet hits are just part.
CTE what? And I got shot. Stole my shit up. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. Fuck you! Bitch!
Hey Ray, over here, with the number of concussions you've suffered this season, do you have any concern over your long-term mental health?
No more questions. No more questions. We're going to cut this presser.
So why are people so offended? Why are people offended at the Druski skit? So wait a minute. Wait. So people are okay with him clowning Erica Kirk and making fun of Joe Jackson and all of them and Michael Jackson and all of that stuff. But then all of a sudden, now he can't make fun of them? All right, so let me see something. Let's go to Speakeasy. I haven't been giving Speakeasy the type of visibility that I think that they deserve. That shit was hilarious. That junk is just like Antonio Brown and all of the rest of that stuff. Let me go over to Speakeasy really quickly because it looks like they said that he took it too far. I haven't heard what their perspective is, but let's see what they got to say.
And losing their minds. We're gonna take a look at it. Should I take it full? Take it full. I'll take it full. Yeah, let's.
I just.
You guys have been, but Druski skit. Do you guys think he took it too far? Your reaction to this about pro football players and concussions?
All right, look. Prize Picks is America's #1 sport picks. Right? Or is he
Yeah.
Like, there were some comedic moments. Funny enough.
It's good to be right.
It wasn't funny enough for as far as he took it.
Yeah.
Like, there were some comedic moments, sure. But
it was hilarious.
For as far as he took it, it wasn't funny enough. And I also think this, different than some other skits, not all of his other skits, but this different than some of his other skits, was playing with individuals like actual personal lives and livelihoods, right? The mockery, breaking into the house, reflecting the domestic violence situation, right? Tua Tagovailoa reflecting that situation. So that's the only reason why, to me, I'm like, it wasn't funny enough for how far, to me, he took it, playing with people's personal lives. When you do the pastor skit, didn't nobody like die in the pastor skit, nor were you even reflecting a situation of which an individual died. But this, you actually talking about like individuals that have like gone to jail or have had to file restraining orders, or women that have had to be subjected to domestic violence.
What about Erica Kirk?
So obviously it ain't affect me, so I can't care that much, but it wasn't funny enough for as far as he took it.
It was, I'm gonna put, I love comedy, and when something's funny, it's funny. Some of the situations in that skit, like you said, was a couple funny moments, but overall, I'm gonna put my sensitivity cap on like everyone else seems to do when it's affecting them. Like you said, these are life and death situations, and at the end of the day, it's a life-taking disease. And I think CTE universally is the only disease it's allowed to be made fun of.
What? Are we off? What is going on? Okay, so wait a minute. I'm going to just say this right now, and I'm going to say it with my chest. Everybody is so super sensitive right now. Anything and anybody, oh my God, this is a disease that's being made fun of, where somebody is able to be, what? Yes, he did say, I'm going to put my sensitivity cap on. I'm going to put my sensitivity cap on? Yo, that is crazy.
Which is crazy. You wouldn't make fun of somebody with cancer. You wouldn't make fun of somebody with dementia.
I make fun of everybody. Cancer, dementia, retardation. I literally got a whole channel called Room 9. I got... I got a whole channel named Room 9. Anybody that was around from the very beginning of explaining exactly what that means know exactly what it means. A whole channel. Yes, they've been making fun of Magic Johnson. Bro, everything and everybody gets made fun of. Everything and everybody get made fun of. Nobody is above being able to get made fun of unless you are under 8. The only thing that I think is off limits is kids. It's the kids. That's it. I don't play with the kids. I don't play with the pedos. And even that, in some situations, is like, that's tongue in cheek. Like when Kevin Hart used to make fun and he used to do his own specials and he would talk about his kids and stuff like that, that may be a little bit different, right? Now, like, that's not even a bad thing. But, like, we don't do pedo jokes. We don't do that type of stuff. Outside of the kids, bro, most things, and I'm pretty sure that I'm missing out on some, maybe I might be missing out on a couple things here and there. But outside of that, most things, bro, is pretty much on point and you should be able to make fun of yourself. You should literally be able to make fun of yourself. I'm going to put my sensitivity hat on.
You wouldn't make fun of somebody with AIDS.
Yes, we do.
You wouldn't make fun of anyone.
Yes, we do.
With these diseases that are taking lives. But for some reason, across the universal platform, whether it's social media, fans joking with us about we saying something they don't agree with, oh, that's the CTE talking. It's the only players, football players, people that have effects of collisions and CTE symptoms are the only people that are allowed to be made fun of.
Oh, brother.
You wouldn't make fun of anyone with breast cancer. So why are we allowed to be made fun of? Like the other skits, whether it was the pastors, whether it was the...
Bro, we men. Oh, well, I guess he's making fun of y'all. White people get made fun of at the NASCAR. Racism gets made fun of. Everybody and everything gets made fun of. Everybody. I talk about white people, black people, gay people, men, women, all of the above. Everybody can get it. Any and everybody can get it, bro.
NASCAR fans, whether it was, those are situations, like you said, aren't life affecting. Those are...
Somebody in the chat said, nobody jokes about cancer. Nobody jokes about cancer, though, let's be honest. Because I'm trying to figure out what part of it is funny. If it's able to be made... Listen, bro. I don't give a fuck about what nobody is talking about, bro. At all. At all. Bro, they make fun of dead people. People talk junk about dead people. Real talk. And you know what makes it funny? Is because everything that he did in the skit is reflective of what we see these motherfuckers is doing. Antonio Brown, all of them dudes, and then they start rapping and hanging out with Ye and junk like that. That junk is hilarious. Now, here's the funny part about it. All right? This CTE is a voluntary disease. CTE is you chose, knowing what you getting yourself into. Guess what? Motherfuckers are still signing up for NIL deals. They still going to the NFL. Y'all mad at Druski, but y'all not mad at yourselves or the NFL for continuing to do it. Y'all not gonna stop running head first into a motherfucker. Cancer, especially something like a breast cancer, is something that you can't control. You can't really control that. It should just pop up and you be like, damn, what did I do to deserve this? You can control lung cancer to an extent by not smoking cigarettes, but you motherfuckers were still running out there. Back in the 80s, my parents immediately was like, listen, you can do anything but play football. You can do anything except play football. And we was like, why we can't play football? And it was like, because all of them dudes be turning out crazy. And they be injured and hurt and they can't walk and their heads be messed up. And so at the time, we was mad like, oh, man, we can't play football. But looking back at it in hindsight, we're like, damn, thank God we had good parents behind us that held us down. Now, y'all motherfuckers deciding that y'all want to, fucking mad in here. Y'all motherfuckers is deciding that y'all want to still play football. And now y'all feeling some type of way about it because somebody is making a joke. Because they making a joke about it. Come on, man.
Situations that people do by choice, right? Have control over and still decide to make those type of decisions, right? Still decide to put on those type of antics. But this is something that's uncontrollable.
What?
Right?
What?
That's well, okay. This is my thing. The reason why CTE gets joked about more is because in the eyes of a lot of people, CTE is a choice. You choose to play football. You choose to play a game in which you can be concussed, and you know that comes with the risk of it. You're paid millions upon millions upon millions of dollars
so just
to do that.
Make money.
Now, I'm not saying that means that you should be dehumanized because you make the money for it.
I disagree with that.
Take that. Finally, somebody that got some sense on this panel.
Fully though, think about Parkinson's.
Sure.
Ali, but we don't make fun of Parkinson's.
Absolutely, no, we don't make fun of Parkinson's.
I do.
No, and
I do. And Carrie. Carrie was. Hey, Slimmy and Carrie. Every single time I start playing that Muhammad Ali. Hold on. Let me get this off my screen immediately. Let me get this. Oh, man. Wait a minute. Wait. I know y'all not gonna sit here and tell me to stop. I know y'all not gonna sit here and tell me to stop. You hypocritical motherfuckers inside of this chat. You hypocritical. Hell no. Nope. Listen, this is my personal opinion. I think it's hilarious. And let me tell you the reason why it's the only reason that it's hilarious is because it's like, yo, he could have burned down the whole Olympics. So if YouTube got it up as a video, are y'all telling me that I can't review it and give my honest thoughts on it unless it's positive? Is that what y'all telling me? Are y'all telling me that I can't look at it and review it, and the only way that I can look at it is if it's positive? Might be time for a commercial break, bro. I can't do this shit. So are y'all telling me that I can't? Okay, so are we gonna remove the Muhammad Ali Olympic video or no? Are we going to remove the Muhammad Ali Olympic video or no? He could have burned down the whole Olympic bit. He could have burned the Olympics down. Somebody said he makes great milkshakes. Y'all are the mess. I didn't say that. I did not say that. I can't. I didn't say that. I did not say that. Somebody in the chat said that. Somebody in the chat said it. I got this. I got this joke in my head. Oh, Jesus. I got this joke in my head. Yeah. Oh, man. I thought you was leaving De'Aaron Sardines. Now you talking about, no, let's keep going.
And also, I mean, he had, I'm sure, signs of CTE as well. I think it's more so in a modern context whenever someone is a public figure and they're acting irrationally out there. Obviously, it is a condition that is affected so many different people. And for me, from the comedy side of it all, right? Comedy doesn't really care about your feelings, doesn't care about your life experiences. Comedy doesn't really care about any of that stuff. And I think Druski falls under that category. I don't think the skit was that funny, to be honest with you. I think it actually got really unfunny whenever it was the ring camera footage. That's not funny in any sort of situation, like someone breaking into a house and making someone feel unsafe. I don't think that was a cool thing to joke about at all. But I think offering my perspective, I think a lot of people don't view CTE in that same way because they're athletes that are getting paid millions and millions and millions of dollars, and they're viewed as crash outs and crash dummies, and that's a part of the entire thing.
But to me, I think
no, go ahead. No, you good.
Kieran, I think what you're saying is unfair based upon what you said before. You said before, like, hey, Acho Shady, if you date an athlete, you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
Right? If you play the game of football, you know what you're getting yourself into. So if you're a woman who dates an athlete, in theory, your line of logic is you know what you're geting yourself into. So we should be able to make a mockery of anything if you can make a mockery of something.
I think
I'm trying to figure out where the disconnect is. So I'm still trying to figure out where's the gotcha moment.
I'm just like, CTE's personal to me and T because we played the game of football. So I don't think you know what you're getting yourself into is a viable reason to add levity to something.
On top of that, a choice, we make this choice to feed our fucking families.
So what? Nigga, don't nobody give a fuck about the reason why you made the choice, why you couldn't go to school, why you couldn't get an education, why you couldn't take up a trade, why you couldn't go and get a job at fucking Amazon and Walmart and all of this stuff. Bro, don't nobody care about your feelings. Everybody making a decision to go and feed their family. What the fuck that got to do with you being able to get joked about? You still made M's. You still got paid. You're still getting paid today based off of the fact that you was out there running into a motherfucker. You know, want me to tell you the real reason why it's hilarious? The real reason why it's hilarious is because football players, to an extent, want credit for something that they do at a high level as a Neanderthal. That's just that's the reality of it. They were never supposed to be looked at and looked up to as anything other than highly paid Neanderthals, right? At the very least, that's what the organizations look at you like, because they knowingly continue to pay you millions of dollars to run into a fucking brick wall or to run into a head-on collision. Even worse, to do a head-on collision with another motherfuckers that's coming at you at goddamn 16, 17, 18 miles an hour, and he weighs 380, and he's a fucking brick, and he's gonna run into you. Bro, we watched Any Given Sunday. We watched Any Given Sunday. And so y'all want props for making a decision to be a Neanderthal, to be a highly paid Neanderthal. You promote the game. You're still making money as a result of your opinion on the game. And now, for whatever reason, you want to be looked at respectfully or that you can't get joked about. Bullshit. Bullshit. No, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. If the hoes can go out there and hoe, and we know that they hoeing, and people look up to them and say, man, look at all of the money they're getting as a result of being a hoe, and we hold them accountable, even joke about them, even though they absolutely giving away all of their sanity, all of their logic, all of their whatever, but the hoes is hoeing, and they're making a choice to hoe, even though they know that there's severe consequences that come along with it, and they're going to get publicly. I went out yesterday, and this is the honest to God truth. After I left the meeting, I went out yesterday, and I'm hanging out with the friends and all of that other type of stuff, right? And we chilling, and everybody is cool, and we just slow motion. And we in the spot, right? We at the bar, whatever, and we chilling, and we just kind of kicking and shooting the shit, whatever. And this girl walks in, and she was the baddest shit that I done seen, the baddest new thing that I done seen in a long time. It was this chocolate girl, and I promise to God, she was shaped literally like a Coke bottle. And she was so fucking fine. She was so bad. So bad to where the manager walked over to pretend like that nigga was going, and he's an older guy. Never seen him get out of pocket before. The manager walked over to pretend like he was going to pick up something off the floor just so he could see what the fuck she was working with from behind. She had on this pink dress. And it was intentional. Now, on first glance, it's like, damn, she fine as fuck. But then, after we was joking about the manager and we was laughing at him and stuff, and he said, "Oh man, she for sale." And I said, "Nah." He said, "Yeah, man, she for sale." I said, "Why you figure that?" He said, "Bro, listen, I know." He said, these are the type of women that be in the spots or whatever, and you say, hey, can I buy you a drink? And what that translates into is, how much? I said, no way. No way. He said, bro, it's the middle of the daytime on a goddamn Thursday, lunchtime, around lunch hour, she got on a pink short fucking dress. Her nipples is poking out of her shirt. Her dress come up to her thighs, and she's sitting around mingling on a little cheap drink, waiting for somebody to say, "Let me buy you a drink." He said, "Bro, she is an escort. She for sale." I said, "That's fucking crazy." And it was true. It was bro, it was one of the most beautiful women that I had seen in a long time. I mean, like, she was gorgeous, beautiful. And immediately, you know what we started doing? We started making jokes about her. We started cracking up and making jokes and making bets on which nigga that was in the spot was gonna be the one to pay for. Immediately. And it was sad to an extent, because it's like, damn, she was cursed with beauty to an extent. Nah, that wasn't Trailer Park Box. That was 4-figure box right there. I ain't even gonna cap. I'm not even gonna cap. That was 4-figure box right there. Seriously. And we started laughing because we like, damn, she is only as valuable as her looks. Nobody will ever respect her. Nobody is ever going to look at her at anything other. And we were laughing. We were joking. We was making jokes about it. Because motherfuckers was doing stuff inside of the spot that we know that they'll never do that. Right? And her value is directly tied into her looks, all the way to the point to where she's selling herself based off of that and she's not being respected. Yeah, she was a black girl. She was like a chocolate chick. It was crazy. It was crazy. She was cursed as one of the most pretty chicks that I had seen in a while. She was gorgeous. Somebody said four-figure box. Four-figure box. Anton, how you come up with four-figure box? Because most of the niggas that was inside of that bar was willing to pay whatever it was that she said as a price as a result of it. So your value is based off what people are willing to pay for you. Her teeth was perfect. Everything about her was perfect. Her hair was perfect. Her body was perfect. Her teeth was perfect. Everything was perfect. Literally, honest to God. I'm not exaggerating, not even a little bit. Everything about that girl, it was no flaws. No flaws at all. She was so fucking perfect to where it was almost like, nah, that's the devil. That was my thinking. My thinking is that's all. That ain't shit but trouble. That ain't nothing but trouble. I'm gonna sit here right with the fellas and joke. As a matter of fact, we was at the bar at the casino. We was chilling at the bar at the casino, and we was chilling. And so she would mingle around, and she would go over to the craps table, and then she would go over to the blackjack area, and she would pretend like she about to play or whatever, so on and so forth. And she would sit next to people who she thought that had money. And so that's how we knew. That's how we knew. And the guy that was a dealer was like, yo, and the guy, the older guy that was walking around, he was a pit boss. And so he went over to try to act like he was going to pick something up. And, you know, it was, bro, honestly, my immediate thought was, damn, she is beautiful. The second thing was, that ain't nothing but the devil working. That ain't nothing but the devil working. And it is nothing good that can come out of that. There's nothing, bro, I don't even want a fucking 10. I'm not even interested in an 11. Honestly. Because that's the type of shit that'll have you out of pocket doing stuff that you ain't supposed to do, losing money, fucking up the bag, messing up your situation. Have you man, that type of girl will have the dude that ain't got the right character, that don't understand life. She'll have that dude out of pocket doing stuff that he never thought that he'd do before. That he never thought that he'd do before. That's what she looked like. Eyes was mesmerizing. Skin was fucking perfect. And I said, no. That's not even the type of person that you have you don't even have conversations with that type of person at all. All you can do is joke and keep it pushing. There's women in this world that's so pretty that they will stress you out. There are women, and trust me, what y'all think is 10 sometimes don't even fucking be 10s. There are women in this world that will stress you out. Her leaving out the house will stress you the fuck out, bro. Some of y'all think y'all 10s and y'all not. Y'all regular. You pretty, but you're not a 10. There are 10s in this world, 11s in this fucking world that you don't want no parts of. You don't want to be associated with them. You just got to leave them be, and you just got to let them go, bro. They will ruin your life. It will absolutely destroy everything about you. Everything about you. Had you crashing out, looking dumb. And she ain't going to stop doing what she doing, and you ain't going to let her go because she too bad. She was that bad, bro. I have never, listen. Very rarely do you see somebody where everybody is like, fuck. And she knew, and here's the thing about it. She knew that she was that bad, and she knew people were talking about her. I don't want no parts. Don't want a part of it. Don't want a piece of it. Not interested in it. Not nothing. That's the type of girl that's selling box, and dudes will, because listen, when dudes buy box, they're not necessarily trying to make it known that they buying box, right? They're not trying to make it obvious, or they wouldn't say, hey man, let me buy some box in front of my friends. That's the type of chick that you'll buy box in front. That's the type of chick that you might risk getting arrested for and ending up on a body cam, and next thing you know, people doing reactions of you saying, oh man, this nigga is like the 49ers owner buying box. That ain't $140 box right there. And I'm smart enough to realize I just need to stop looking. And so I just don't look no more. And I just laugh. And I get back to, I just did like this. I just did like this. Start scrolling. Checking my email. Sent the payment out to make sure I ain't had no more money in that bank account so that I can go ahead and just send the payment out, pay a contractor, take all my money, dog. Just take all my money. Real talk. Because I know the bank ain't going to open up till tomorrow, so I can't do no wires anyway. Just take all of my money, bro. No, nigga, she out of your league. She's well within my league. That's why I started looking at my phone, nigga. Not interested. I'm straight. I ain't never bought box before. I ain't gonna start yesterday, nigga. I ain't never bought box in my life. I ain't about to start yesterday. Just keep it at 100. Hey, listen, you're going to get the honest to God real from me. You're not going to get, you're not going to get anything other than the real. Yeah, you keep thinking that, Mark's burner account. You keep thinking that. The reason, how you pay, why you pay, what's going on. It's a difference between taking care of somebody that you love genuinely in real life and paying for pussy. Y'all box buying dudes, y'all not gonna keep on trying to mess up the game, keep on trying to give that whack ass logic. Man, all men pay. No, nigga. Not like that. Not like that. Nope. Not gonna happen. And some men overpay. That too.
A lot of us, it's our only way to provide that type of lifestyle for our families, ourselves, our kids, our parents. This is our moneymaker. So to say it's a
Sounds
choice,
personal,
like,
big
we don't
dog.
play football, let's go get $1 million doing something else. That's insane.
It is a choice, though. I'm not saying it's not a choice, but it is a choice. Like your body is the sacrifice that comes along with it. That's like
so because our sacrifice, we deserve the inhumility.
No, I'm
not saying you don't deserve humility. I'm saying it's your choice to do so. Like for you to go.
He is absolutely positively correct. It is a choice, and you decided to sell your brain for $1 million, and now you want to be looked at as the hero for it. The only person that should be looking at you as the hero is your family, not us. Your family.
Out there and make millions of dollars. That comes with equity. That comes with like equity and sweat and bodily injury and brain injury. That's a part of the game.
But
We all know that that's a part of the game.
But are you saying that, to me, that's not a justification. That's not the justification for being made fun of.
No, I'm not saying that that's a justification for being made fun of. I'm saying that's the way it's viewed. It's viewed as, hey, cancer is something that happens to you whether you want it to happen or not. I'm sorry, ALS is something that happens to you. Now, obviously, you can say they're finding out more. Something that happens to you whether you want it to or not. It's not the same as other diseases because it's a disease that you contract.
Because if you work in a mine, a mine, and you went down there trying to provide for your family,
the difference is
cancer from coal. It's not a choice.
Sure.
You're doing what you have to do.
Sure.
Let me jump in here real quick.
Anybody that jumps in a coal mine now knows that comes with those risks.
And they would still do it if they had to put food on the table.
Of course they would. I don't know.
I disagree with the fact. I think people are dismissive of CTE because of the millions of dollars that are made but it's made fun of because the NFL didn't take it seriously enough. When CTE was first found out about, the NFL was like, whoa, we got to get this under the rug. We cannot have people finding out about this. We are not going to take this seriously. It doesn't hold weight. Hey, CTE is not real. That is not a real thing. People still have a belief of that to some extent. Now, it's a much smaller number, but the NFL decided, you know what? We're going to try to sweep this under the rug, and we're going to try to absolve ourselves as being a responsible entity for this disease that doesn't surface in any other professional sport or any other line of work. And so now people have said, like, oh, you don't take it seriously? Why should we take it seriously? I don't think it's because people just make millions of dollars. So people are like, ha, you got CTE. It's a joke. Who cares? Because you made millions of dollars. I think they're dismissive of it in the sense of like, you make millions of dollars. CTE is a risk. When you signed up to make millions of dollars, you also took on that risk. Like any other financial gain, there is some sort of risk, and you are either risk tolerant or you are risk averse. And NFL players are more risk tolerant of CTE because of the millions of dollars. Yeah. If y'all got paid $500,000 a year to go out and potentially get CTE, a debilitating and life-taking disease, you wouldn't do it.
But also, if you know that it's going to be something that you've seen in other cases, turn people into crash dummies, turn people into wild versions of themselves that aren't. I'm not doing psychedelic drugs if I think that it might result in me going and harming somebody or going and running out in the street and doing all these other things. It was a choice to take those drugs the same way it was a choice to play football. In my opinion, I understand that the benefits are amazing, but it is a choice at the end of the day.
But see, what's interesting to me, I love this conversation. Shout out to y'all watching the Speakeasy. Y'all know sometimes we get deep in conversations here. Trey, as you're talking, I'm thinking, I actually think people make fun of it because there's a lack of exposure to it. More often than not, if you get CTE, it's because you were playing football. But we make fun of things that we're not really involved in. Yeah. Everybody in here knows somebody who has cancer or has lost their life to cancer. Yeah. We're not going to joke about cancer.
Yeah.
Because when you make that joke, you're thinking about your nephew or your niece or your uncle or your aunt or your grandma or whoever. When everybody in here might know someone who has a mental illness of some sort, you're not going to make those jokes because you're thinking about that loved one that you care about. Not everyone in here knows somebody who has CTE. We do. So we're not going to make those jokes. Yeah. But the greater world at large can make those jokes because it doesn't hit home to them because I don't think there's a lot of exposure. You're not making a cancer joke because you behind keyboard that's making a cancer joke, you're probably dealing with your mom or dad dying of cancer right now. Yeah. So you can't even fix your thumbs to make that.
I make a joke about anything and everything. I make a joke about myself. I don't mind about joking about myself. I tell jokes about myself that other people would never say. We talk about all kind of stuff. I'm just not that sensitive. And the truth is it is what it is, regardless of how you may feel about it. The truth don't care about your feelings. The truth is the truth, regardless of how you feel about it. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me read some of these soups. I want to get into this 49ers conversation. Jay says, new wars, higher inflation, higher national debt, no mass deportations, military blunders, insider trading. What is he successful at? Oh, okay. I could absolutely. What do you mean no mass deportations? See, you're just saying stuff. You're just saying stuff. I'm not going to argue with you about it because I have a time that I'm supposed to keep. but I think that Trump is incredibly successful at lowering taxes, for example, doing deportations. They literally just rounded up 1,300 people, fighting for birthright citizenship. I think that he's also continued to enable Ukraine to be able to defend himself, similarly to how Biden is doing. I think that there's certain policies that he's passed and implemented. He's definitely made sure that people have the ability to have no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime, if you know how to take advantage of it. And so there's plenty of successes that comes with the Trump administration. But because the reason why I don't get into debates with people anymore, or why I choose not to debate with people anymore, is because people don't have the ability to look at things objectively. So even if you start to give down and run down, just right off the top of my head, right? Even if I start to run down, they will never give Trump credit. They will never give Trump credit. They will never give Trump credit, for example, for going back to and removing men out of women's bathrooms, or removing DEI, or trying to hold our education system accountable, or making the changes, for example, to limit how much people can take out in student loans, depending on what kind of program that you fight for. They will never get into the idea that he started to get into our institutions and our schools to say that you can't have a liberal agenda that continues to mess up the minds of all of our people. He won't talk about the fact that one of the reasons that we're fighting this proxy war, which the Biden administration and every other president has fought before us, but except we're being more overt about it, is because we're trying to protect the American dollar. He won't talk about the fact that Trump is the one that put the tariffs in place, that Biden left in place, that then limited the impact that China had, and why he's holding Canada and other countries like Mexico accountable to make sure that they're not being able to use them to send us products and get around whatever tariffs that we're putting on them so that we can even the playing field. He won't give Trump credit for creating more jobs. He won't give Trump credit for all of the trillions of dollars in investment. He won't give Trump credit for making sure that we pulled out of NATO, in which we were the ones that were spending the most money in it, and making sure all of our partners do so. So I can keep going on and on and on right off the top of my head, but you're not objective enough to be able to admit, yep, you know what? He did do that. Yep, he does fight for black people when it comes to birthright citizen. Yep, he did put in RFK to make sure that he addresses and takes away the money that we're putting to things that don't necessarily add value into our life when it comes to our food and all of this stuff. He won't talk about none of that because they hate Trump. And when somebody truly has hate in their heart for somebody, they can't see the things and be objective about the things that they are successful about. They can't. It's impossible. It's impossible. Inflation is a little bit around 3%. When the Biden administration was in office, inflation was damn near 10%. Damn near 10%. What measure are you using to be able to determine what inflation is at? He's throwing shit at the wall. When Trump left office in 2016, here, let's go to the facts. Let's go to the facts. Let's put our feelings aside and let's start talking about facts. When Trump left office in 2016, inflation was under 2%. Under Biden, it shot up past 10%. Right now, inflation is only at 3.4%. So you can say a bunch of shit to just throw it at the wall to say, oh, he hasn't done this or he hasn't done that. But the reality is you're wrong. You're wrong. And the way by which you measure what success looks like is not objective enough to be able to have a conversation with you. It's not objective enough to be able to have a conversation with you. It's just not. Okay, Pumpkin? Niggas just talking. Let me see. Peak rate inflation under Biden, marking a 40-year high for the United States. See, to somebody that's a little bit less educated on what's happening in culture and in politics, that may make sense to you, right? You may be able to get that shit off. You may be able to get that shit off. Consumer prices rose 19 to 20% across the full 4-year term. That's cumulative. It started at 1.4% in January 2021. That's when Trump gave them the keys and said, here you go, guys. Let's see what you can do with it. He left them with inflation at 1.4%, record low unemployment. Black people have more jobs than ever before. Next thing you know, less than a year fucking later, a year and a half later, it hit 40-year high. But again, you can get that shit off on somebody that may not be familiar with y'all tactics and how y'all just throw shit out there and hoping that it hit the fan. I'm not one of them, bro. I'm not one of them. I deal in facts, not feelings. I don't deal in talking points from TikTok and Instagram. I deal in reality. So if your prices is too high, it's because we still trying to get them down from the shit that we just got out of from the last administration. We're still trying to fix the shit that we got out of. All right? Okay, Pumpkin? Because we still trying to deport these 15 to 20 million motherfuckers that came over in this border that wasn't supposed to be here in the first place. That's what the problem was. Usually it takes about a good 8 years to fix 2 to 3 years worth of bullshit that you had to deal with. Cutie Executive Suite, Emily in the building says, I was in a cigar lounge listening to old heads complain about the economy, all while smoking $30 cigars. $30 cigars and unknowingly sitting with the father of the guy who owns the Shake Shack. He's a hedge fund guy and he just shook his head. Facts. 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 Talk about it, bro. And thank you for the 20 bucks. TCT Sunman says, these dudes must have never watched the Chappelle Show. Tyrone Bigham's Cure for AIDS skit is funny till it hit home. James Horton says, we make fun of obesity all the time. Yep, we sure do. That's a fact. Jadeon says, football players selling their futures for their present. Constant head trauma for a paycheck is a personal choice. Black Cartwright says, AD, when is the investment strategy pivot video dropping on the Patreon? I can do it I'm going to drop it this weekend. I've been bogged down by what's been going on Room 9 and what's been happening in real life. I'll drop it this weekend. Throw a punch, champ. Shout out to Just a Brown Girl in America says, good morning, Anton. You are absolutely out of control. Stop it. I don't know how to stop. All I know how to do is be me. Nasheed Waiter says, did we forget about South Park? They talked about everybody, and it was funny as F. Word Custom says, he proved due point about choice. Women who choose to date a football player absolutely know the risks. There's enough folks harmed by an ex-football player to know it's a possibility. Same with dating a cop. Chase Barnes in the building says, have they ever heard any of these players' press conferences? Lord, it's a train wreck listening to them talk at times. They girls give them picture books. Spaces in the building says, I'm just imagining Muhammad Ali trying to use one of those blenders people use to bake cakes. Ninjas are too sensitive these days. It's embarrassing. Terrible People Podcast says it makes sense. I grew up regular, middle class in the suburbs. I didn't play football because our team was trash. Plus, I didn't want to run into a refrigerator. Choices. Mrs. C. Morgan says, imagine running headfirst into grown men but sensitive about a joke. Key, what up, Key? Key says, so basically she is Sunshine from Harlem Nights. Oh my God, bro. I don't even know if it's a girl that you can compare to her. You know what she kind of reminded me of, honestly? She kind of reminded me of like a Bernice Burgos. But she had these eyes. Nigga. $392Q says it'd be a chick so gorgeous that if you with your girl and a 10 walk past, she'll even say that she's beautiful. That's a fact. Harold Burns says before President Trump, other countries weren't respecting America. They were laughing at us. Trump changed that. That's a fact. Woo! Man, oh man, oh man. Just got a text messages.
Hello.
Hey, I'm on the live stream. They putting in the garage right now?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said I'm on a live stream. Are they putting in the garage right? They putting up the garage right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bye. I got to go over here with these contractors and see what the fuck is going on right now. Love the bike in the back. Quinn said I got to get rid of that right there. This thing right here. For everybody that keep asking me what it is that right there. Okay? That's what it is. 1000 double R. Oh, man. Are we live streaming this weekend? Are we live streaming this weekend? I got you, Sheesh. Carrie, you so... We don't have to live stream on Saturday. We can live stream on Sunday. I know Bible study is Saturday, so we can live stream on Sunday. How you know we got a hotel in the airport? We got a massive airport. How you know we got... What is Carrie talking about? Let me see what Carrie talking about. I don't even know why she typing. She could just call me.
Hello.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
This is crazy. Y'all got a whole hotel in your airport.
Are you here?
And then as I'm walking, there's all these signs that are translated.
Wait. Are
and
you?
I went through the tunnel of sound.
Carrie. Are you here in the city?
Well, I'm just passing through.
Why you ain't fucking?
It's just a connecting flight.
You know we gonna fight, right? You know we gonna scrap, right? You know we gonna scrap, right?
Yeah, this is so. It's been like an adventure.
Our airport's sweet as hell.
Yeah, it's cool.
I can't believe you came here and you ain't
I'm not even here that long. It's like an hour.
I don't care.
Not even.
I don't care.
Not even anymore.
I don't care. I don't care.
I walked past. I'm like, is that a hotel?
Yeah, you ain't know we had a hotel?
No, in the airport, no.
Well, how big is your airport? We got the second, but you got to realize, Carrie, it's Delta's second biggest hub outside of Atlanta.
But does Atlanta have a hotel in the airport?
I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen one when I was there. I mean, I could have missed it because the airport is huge. But I was like, wow, this is quite an experience.
Yeah, our city is big. It's big as hell.
Is this like a hub for Asian? I don't know if it was Chinese or I don't want to be offensive, but like everything seems to be translated on the side for something Asian.
Yes, we have a lot of Asian visitors from China and Japan.
Oh, yeah, I see a lot. Okay.
Jesus, Lord have mercy.
It was a pretty landing. Hey, chat. It was a pretty landing too. Y'all have a nice landing.
You landed in McNamara or you landed in the other one?
What is it? DTF? DF?
No. That's the airport. We got more than one terminal.
Oh, I landed in A.
It's two. It's a McNamara terminal and then it's another terminal. So the McNamara terminal is all Delta.
I was Delta.
Yeah, you in the McNamara. So McNamara got two different sides, and then you can take the tunnel of sound to get to both ones.
Yeah, I saw when I was going down, it was like tunnel of sound, and you could press the button. I was like, what? So I hit the tunnel of sound.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's the second biggest Delta hub.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was this big. So, all right.
I'm pissed at you, but it's all right. I don't want to talk to you no more now. All right. Bye. Don't nobody come through my city without telling me that they coming through my city. I don't like that. I gotta run out to this construction site and see what's going on. Shout out to my girl, the Snow Bunny Bag Chaser, says happy Friday, King. Send please send happy birthday wishes. Can you pivot and hit a vibe song choice up to you for my birthday? Love you the long. Don't tell me you love me long way, because then I'm gonna have to hit it. All right, I got a song for you. Let me pull it up. That's all we got for y'all today. I'm about to go listen to the game. I'm about to go check out this property. Make sure that they did what they were supposed to do. I'm a DJ in my spare time. Oh, man. All right, y'all. We're going to figure out this Room 9 stuff. And we're going to go from there. And we're going to get right. We're going to get right. All right? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. To the weekend. Peace.